So I want to talk about migrating from legacy Camunda to Camunda 8, but I want to do it in the context of reducing technical debt and optimizing your ability to adapt for the future. So if you're using Camunda 7, you chose a good system. It is very performant, it works really well, it is free, it's a good solution. The problem is that it's not going to continue to be a good solution. Camunda as a company is no longer investing in it. And what that means is that all the energy and creativity is going into the next generation, which is the SaaS-based cloud offering for Camunda 8. So what you get with Camunda 8 is native cloud performance, you get scalability and resilience, you get adaptability, you get one throat to choke if something goes wrong because Camunda is responsible for it, and you get integrated AI that's done intelligently. All of these things are things that are going to be not there for you if you stay with Camunda 7. There are also some really key architectural improvements. So, for example, you get asynchronous job workers. What that means for you from a practical perspective is that there's not really a practical limit to the number of nodes that be working on a job. So, for example, let's say you're an insurance company and at midnight you have to process 600,000 claims that all are released at once. You could do a search just in that time because your job workers can adapt for you. And then the rest of the time, you could utilize your resources much more intelligently. So what that means is that that sort of capability is native and it's baked into Camunda 8. It's not really there in Camunda 7. Camunda 7 also relies on a traditional relational database, where Camunda 8 uses native event-based sourcing. What that means is your ability to be able to receive and organize tasks is literally unencumbered by the order in which those tasks arrived. They're all organized, and it is designed to deal with anywhere from a couple of 100,000 to a couple of 100 million transactions. That is a lot of power. Capital BPM has one client that's actually scaling for 1.4 trillion transactions a year. 1 trillion transactions per year. That sort of capability is just not going to be physically possible for you with Camunda 7. Now, when you're thinking about migration, there are sort of two big approaches. One is a big bang approach, where you take everything that's happening, including threads that are in flight, and you migrate them over right now. That's the big bang approach. It is very impressive and it can work for simpler workflows, but for more complex things, it's fragile because if it breaks, you're in a lot of trouble. The other approach is using an incremental approach. You have a way to let the old system finish out things that were in flight with the old system when they started, and then those drain out and any new things come in and they get routed to the new system. That way, you get consistency across the execution of the legacy processes, but the new ones can be happening at the same time on the new system that's migrated. For my money, I think that's probably the most conservative way to do this. Migrating to Camunda 8 is not about keeping up with the latest trend. It's about reducing your technical risk. It's about being able to take advantage of new innovations and new connections that are there. And it's about being able to grow your business for the vision that you have for it now, as opposed to the vision that you had for it 5 years ago. 5 years ago, Camunda 7 was an excellent choice. That is no longer the case. It's not unlike a BlackBerry. At the time, a BlackBerry was a fantastic choice. It was generationally ahead of what anyone else was doing. Eventually, that was no longer the case, and we all adapted. I'd like to invite you to consider doing the same thing, right? Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@capbpm.com. I should also mention that CapBPM does do a guaranteed migration. So what that means is we can actually take your Camunda 7 applications and 100% guarantee in contract, in writing, that we will migrate it to Camunda 8, or you don't have to pay us. Talk to your migration partners and make sure that they're willing to give you the same guarantee that we are.